Hello there, guys and girls. This is the Pusher Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match, and this is going to be the Barbarian Team Tournament Group Stage, Group C match between Roundtable Knights 1 and Centurions of Poland. So yes, there is a second Roundtable Knights team as well in this tournament, in another group though, of course. And anyway, in this matchup we have... see what we actually have here. Well, we have the RTK team, Majutsu as the Alliance, and Vim as the Sassanid Empire, interestingly enough. Whereas the Centurions of Poland, they are in command of the Langobards and the Jutes. Attila is in control of the Langobards, whereas Baron Wiglovi or something that sort is in command of the Jutes. So this should be a fairly interesting game, I think. And by the way, Vim asked me to try and get super excited for this game, so I will try my best. But for the beginning, I'm just going to go over the builds. So here we go. For RTK, we have Germanic Nobles, Brace General, with a lot of elite Sarmatian cataphracts. There are 6 elite Sarmatian cataphracts, and looks like one of them even has gold 3 chevrons. So a very, very strong... Oh, what am I talking about? Nope. 4 elite Sarmatian cataphracts and 2 noble Lanikav gold 3. So not 6 of those, but definitely very, very strong cavalry contingent for the Alliance here, brought by Majutsu. Then we also have, of course, up front 4 Germanic archers. Decent skirmishing contingent, followed up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sarmatian warband. These guys are very strong in melee, very good offensively as well. One of their weakness is, of course, the fact that they do not have shield wall. They're still very weak to charges in that regard. So, and they also don't have encourage or discipline. That is one of their weaknesses that you have to keep in mind. In the game now, for Vim's composition as the Sassanid Empire, we have the Persian Nobles General, Bronze 2 with Brace. We also have Nav Throwers, very interesting units to bring for sure. A lot of Armenian Slingers, by the way, 4 of those. These guys are very good missile bait because they take so long to kill, essentially. And up front, we have a lot of elite Dalamite infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4 elite Dalamite infantry. Now on the left flank, 3 Pushtigban cataphracts. Well, make that 6 Pushtigban cataphracts. These guys can do quite well in the cav engagement as well. Now, let's go over the Centurions of Poland. Let's see which build first. Let's go over the Langobards, aka the Hill. He has, on his left flank, 4 noble Germanic horsemen, 3 bronze 1 and 1 bronze 2. We also see 4 Germanic archers up front in loose formation, so definitely a very potent skirmishing contingent. Supported by 3 Germanic Spearmasters, and last but not least, 4 Godans chosen. I'm not quite sure about bringing 4 of those because they are very expensive, but we'll see if it works for him. And a Godans Warlord with the Fear ability, the Warcry, so to speak. Now for the Jutes player of Centurions of Poland, it is Baron Wiglovi. Let's see, up front we see a lot of Nordic bows. It is 5 of them, again in loose formation. His general is a Nordic raid leader, so definitely can do kind of well in the fight, if supporting that is. Also Warcry. We see 4 Royal Huskars. These guys will kill a lot of stuff in melee. 2 Nordic Spearmasters and 2 Chosen Warriors. We also have some Warhounds on the field, 2 of those, and on the right flank, pretty strong cavalry contingent. We have 4 Nordic Horse Lords, 2 Silver 1, make that 3 Silver 1, and 1 Bronze 3. Let's hit play and watch this engagement happen, or this battle unfold. But I definitely think that, well, clearly the RTK team is favored in terms of players that are playing for them. They are much more well known and they have a lot of experience in terms of competitive Total War. They've been playing a lot of tournaments and they are very good players themselves. So it's going to be very difficult for Centurions of Poland to win this one, but you know, the underdog can sometimes pull off an unexpected win, so we'll see if they can do that. And definitely they have some very interesting builds, not super standard, but compared to RTKs, but I think that they might do alright, so we'll see. with these builds. But it's still gonna be quite difficult against someone like RTK, well, a clan like RTK, especially in team games, but we'll see how it goes. So right now we see the dramatic archers pushing up, and very good move here by the Allens, focusing on one of these dramatic archers and using precision shot before the enemy. However, for some reason, looks like they're not killing too many, so they're not firing. As you can see here, this is very, very odd. These units are not firing, even though they were given attack orders, they did not fire. Definitely some issues with the pathfinding and so on and so forth in this game, but we'll see. We will see. Now throwers coming around here for the Assassin Empire, when we do have two elite Sarmatian cataphracts on the left flank. Might be going for the Nordic post, but this is actually a really good bait by the Jutes here, because if the cavalry keeps going forward, or which they are going, this would be a really bad move here by the Allens, because I mean they're just going to die if they get in there without infantry support. Oh, they're gonna come. The thing is though, these units are not really supported, so the Warhounds should die here without a problem, I think. Oh, but this is really crazy, because now they might get jabs thrown at them, or Nordic bows could target them. Oh, so the Chosen Warriors are gonna get charged here by the cataphracts, but the cataphracts are going to die very quickly, so I really question this use of the elite Sarmatian cataphracts. I do not think it is worth it, personally. Just killing, okay, killed 80, but these units are expensive. Chosen Warrior is still alive, this one as well, so I definitely think that was a waste of a unit. The Warhounds coming in over here, though the War Dogs are already have taken a lot of damage. As you can see, they're kind of dead, so perhaps that was actually worth it over here, but still. Now the handlers are gonna get caught by all these elite Sarmatian cataphracts, so it's gonna go very well for the RTK team. And as you can see here, that more skirmishing is going on. This one Germanic archer has taken significant damage, as have these other two, and the War Dog handlers are going to get charged here and gonna get destroyed completely, though RTK has to pull back immediately, because otherwise they're just gonna get counter-charged by Nordic Horse Lords, which are now going to follow up and see if they can get a rear charge onto the elite Sarmatian cataphracts. This is going to be huge if that happens, and indeed they do. The elite Sarmatian cataphracts do get caught, but RTK team comes around with Noble Alani Cav with a flanking charge into these Nordic Horse Lords, and a push Tikban cataphract straight into the Nordic Horse Lords as well. The cavalry engagement is evolving into a huge blob over here. We can see that RTK is actually doing much better though, because I think they have more troops here. They need to be sending some swords in support, and perhaps the Persian Noble General for brace ability. Looks like the push Tikban cataphract got a pretty nice charge over here, but all the flaming arrows going into it are gonna really take their toll on the unit. But the Nordic Horse Lords here getting destroyed by Pushtikban cataphracts. More Pushtikban cataphracts coming around for some rear charges onto these Nordic Horse Lords as well. So RTK definitely getting a really good engagement over here. Have to be careful with these Pushtikban cataphracts though, as they're pulling out, and as such they're taking a lot of damage from these Nordic Spearmasters. No engagement going on over here, and this is really good for RTK, because they know that maybe they shouldn't engage here, because they're doing very well here, and definitely they are. So as long as the cavalry does get into these Chosen Warriors, or better yet the Royal Huskarls, it's going to go very well for RTK, and they're going to get a nice charge into these Royal Huskarls, destroying the unit completely. Looks like they are dropping really fast. Very well done by RTK here with the cav charges. They're gonna now pull out, and they're breaking through over here very nicely against the Jutes player. Some Royal Huskarls coming in though into this fray, and they're gonna do very well against the elite Dalamite infantry and against the cavalry as well. But with some rear charges from the Nobilani cavalry or Sarmatian cataphracts, there could be a lot of damage done to them. And it looks like these guys are now in defensive mode. The Royal Huskarls though trying to break through, and they will break through, but with the elite Sarmatian cataphracts, if they rear charge those Huskarls, it's going to do a lot of damage. And even the Nordic raid leader is now engaging into the melee. This could be huge, because the Nordic raid leader might die if it does get rear charged or something. So this is definitely going to be a huge moment in this battle. Looks like the elite Dalamite infantry are dying, but now throwers do throw their grenades and do some damage to this Nordic raid leader as well. But we need to see some charges onto the Nordic raid leader general from this Nobilani Cav right now. And looks like the engagement over here, as expected, is going really well for the Sassanid Empire and the Allens. And looks like more cavalry coming around as well. They could go for some nice charges, but smartly pulling out the Nordic Spearmasters here is the Jutes player. And we see a lot of archers still on the field here. It looks like this cavalry charge is going to make it into the Sarmatian warband, so it's going to do some damage, a lot of damage actually. Look at the kills, wow. But the Noble Lightning Cav is here, so they're going to do very well against the Noble Germanic Horsemen because they are just that much of a better unit. Looks like Nordic Raider continues to get charged here, and I think this is going to be the end of the general for the Jutes player, and this could be a huge turning point in the battle, of course. More cavalry units remaining for RTK, and they're going to go for more and more rear charges, and this could break this whole formation of the Jutes here. All these Huskarls and Chosen Warriors might get routed off the field here. More cavalry charges into the rear of the Nordic Raid Leader. This is going to do a lot of damage onto the Jutes players. And look at all these units wavering right now, and they might be routing off the field as well anytime now. The engagement's over here happening, but the Germanic Spearmasters getting rear charged by all these Sarmatian Warband. They're taking a lot of casualties. Flaming arrows do coming in though, and the Sarmatian Warbands are taking damage, and perhaps I believe they're now completely out of position, and these Godhands Chosen should do fairly well against them. Very good move here by the Langobard player, but the thing is that the engagement over here has gone terribly for the Centurions of Poland, and now RTK is pressing the issue. They're gonna go for all these archers. All these spears are done over here, and the rear charges have really done a number on the Chosen Warriors and on the Royal Huskarls. More charges coming in from these Pushtigbon Cataphracts, and the engagement over here very nicely done and handled here by the Allans, aka Majitsu. He is now pulling away while the Germanic Spearmasters and the Langobards respectively are chasing them. But this engagement over here, Noble Lightning Cavalry might actually end up dying to the Noble Germanic Horsemen, because the Noble Germanic Horseman has about twice the unit. But Sarmatian Warband here is going to engage the Germanic Spearmasters, so this is going to be a good trade for the Sarmatian Warband. These guys will be rear charging, but they're going to get caught by Noble Germanic Horsemen, so they should die very, very soon. As you can see here, Godhands Chosen crushing through the Sarmatian Warband here, but they're now actually out of control, so they're going to be really hard to control. So we also see some Agathyrsi warriors here by the Allans, which I actually didn't notice that they were on the field. Okay, Elite Sarmatian Cataphracts coming around, and all these bows are going to be off the field for the Langobards and the Jutes, so they're going to lose a lot of those Nordic bows, but still some Germanic archers on the field, which are firing into this blob. Pushtigbon Cataphracts getting a nice charge on the Germanic Spearmasters. These Sarmatian Warband here are stopping these Germanic Spearmasters and the Godhands Chosen in their tracks for now. But the cavalry engagement here did not go very well for RTK. Very well done here by Centurions of Poland. Looks like this is going to be a great charge from the Elite Sarmatian Cataphracts. Might completely destroy the Godhands Chosen unit, doing a lot of damage to it for sure. And now the Godhands Warlord is now engaged and could take a lot of damage. The thing is though for RTK is that they don't have a lot of infantry over here. They still have a lot of cavalry though, which if used properly can completely destroy this infantry. Looks like we're going to see another charge going in here as well as Frenzy, so the damage is going to be huge onto these units, even by depleted cavalry units. And now we see these Germanic archers targeting the Noble Germanic Horsemen. They're going to do a lot of damage to them right here with Flaming Shot as well. The cavalryans here are going to get the Germanic archers off the field, so at the moment over here the engagement is not looking very good for RTK, but they're taking a very good one over here. They're killing the general of the Langobards, they're killing the archers, so perhaps in the late game I'm pretty sure that they will win, because it's just going to be these units. I think these are the biggest worry right now for the RTK team, but they're getting targeted and they are stationary right now. They're not doing anything. This is a huge blunder by Centurions of Poland, but now they're going to move forward. Only one of them, finally the second one, moves forward, but they might die before they make contact. We'll see, because this one unit is just getting targeted by all these skirmishes right now, and it is going to get the Sarmatian Warbands off the field, but the damage they're taking is insane right now. Look at it, 41 men left, and it's still taking damage against all these skirmishes. 20 men left, this is insane. And we still have a lot of cavalryans on the field over here, and just this is insane, because this Godhands Warlord is going to die, and then once the general dies for the Langobards, the units should rout completely. Looks like these elite Dalamite infantry over here are holding off the Germanic Spearmasters. Same thing gonna happen over here, so very well done with the elite Dalamite infantry. Godhands Chosen over here fighting as well as the Warlord, but the Warlord should die very soon. He is not dying though. He is taking a while to kill. Now looks like Germanic Nobles are going to engage the Noble Germanic Horsemen. A bit risky because they might get charged by Godhands Chosen, and no, they will not. Looks like the Elite Sarmatian Cataphracts are going to deliver a final charge into the sword unit. And they're going to completely destroy that unit, especially again with Frenzy. This unit has gotten about 300 kills and might get 300 before the end of the game. All these elite Dalemite infantry are crushing through the God Hands Chosen, and finally these God Hands Chosen that have done a lot of damage to RTK's melee units are now going to be off the field. The final few God Hands Chosen over here with 4 men charging into the fray here, but God Hands Warlord is going to soon die. 3 men left, and there's not much left on the field for Centurions of Poland, and right now it's looking very, very good for RTK. It looks like they're going to be taking the game, and they will have a lot of points. Basically, they'll be 4-0 up against Centurions of Poland in this matchup. They will have won 2 of their 2v2s, basically the 2-2v2s, and it's just going to be up to the 1v1s, but at the moment they have a lot of points against their opponents here. As you can see, it was kind of a close game, to be fair here, but very well done with the cavalry though by Majutsu. The infantry was not used that well though, but the cavalry definitely was. Now for Vim, same thing. Definitely well done with the cavalry. Well, RTK basically won the game with the way they used the cavalry. Their infantry was not that great, to be fair. As you can see with the kills on the Sarmatian Warband, they blobbed up a lot, especially against the moment against those God Hands Chosen. That was not really good for RTK, but yeah, that is the game. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.